what is making you feel uninspired? You take a break, that's it, you're out of the industry, you're done. This is not an easy industry. You're making yourself do something you don't want to do.
1, 2, 3, let's switch this up.
Hello, my little honeys. Welcome back to my channel. If you are new and this is your first video that you're watching, my name is Anastasia, also known as your fave social media girl. I'm an actor based here in Toronto. I make videos about acting, self-love, body positivity, and some occasional vlogs. If you haven't done so already, before this video ends, please don't forget to subscribe. And of course, don't forget to turn on the bell notification button so you know every single time that I post, which is on This is definitely gonna be a vulnerable video. I already feel it. I purposely did really pretty makeup so I wouldn't cry, but well, let's be real here. That does not stop me because I love to cry apparently on all my YouTube videos. I wanna talk about when you lose inspiration and what can you do to get that inspiration back? I think this is something that a lot of artists, not just actors, but artists who are in this industry, whether it's production or if it is in the acting, whether it's in the photography, whether it's in the painting, like whatever the arts industry is, I feel that artists go through this a lot and all the time. This is not an easy industry. Like it is not your average 9 to 5 at all whatsoever. And I think when you get into it, you kind of get hit with it really hard being like, what the hell is the schedule? This is here, this is that. Then next week it switches around and then the week after that it's this. And you never know what you're getting on a day-to-day basis. And so I think it's really difficult to constantly stay inspired and almost like wanting to do this. It's hard to stay within that all the time. I went through theater school, as we all know. If you haven't done so, there's a video that I have on my channel where I talked about my theater school experience and how my 4 years at theater school was not a good time. And some people can agree with me with this, that they've always like talked about where it's like, you can't take a break. Actors don't take a break. You take a break, that's it, you're out of the industry, you're done. When you hear that for 4 years and you come out of it, you kind of sit there and go, oh my God, okay, you're right. You have this fear of stopping. You have a fear of taking a break. You have a fear that if you ever do feel like, hey, maybe I don't want to do this anymore, or hey, you know what, I want to try something else, or I just need a moment to breathe. Like I just want to like not do anything art related and just breathe. You start to get this fear of like, yeah, but theater school told me that if I do that, then that's it. I'm done. I'm never getting back in the industry. And that is so false. That is so false. And I hate that theater schools do that. And I know for a fact that there are theater schools who still do that. It is so frustrating because that is not the case. It is healthy to take a break. It is healthy to get out of the industry. It is healthy to try something different in the industry. Just because you're in it doesn't mean you have to keep going forever and ever and never get out. Like that's not how it works. The other thing is like, as artists, primarily actors, like we don't get a meal ticket with booking gigs all the time. You might have a good streak for a whole year, 2 years, and all of a sudden you're dry for 5 years. Like you never know how this industry works, right? Unless you're like in Hollywood, Leonardo DiCaprio, yeah, that's a different style. Oh my God, you make your millions of dollars and you could take 5 years off. Who cares? You're Leonardo, you're famous, you're a celebrity. That's a different game they're playing. But when you're in our game, okay, when you're in this pool and you haven't crossed that bridge yet, you will go through like spurs of big bookings and then all of a sudden no bookings at all. And that is just something that will happen. And for you to take a break, it's fine. You're not going to lose out financially because most of the time, most actors, I talked about this on my channel, you're never just an actor. You're always an actor and something else. So your something else is kind of what probably a lot of the times the money financially is coming in. To take a break is so important. And even after theater school, I started to lose inspiration for acting. I started to really feel like, do I want to do this? Like if you feel that there is something happening within you, whether it's a class, whether it's a coach, whether it's a teacher, whatever, if you feel that something is drawing you down lower, it is bringing your vibration down and it's making you feel negative and heavy, it's going to make you feel uninspired. And you need to clock that and be honest about it and try to go a different direction, because that's just not going to help you at all whatsoever. If you choose to continue doing this, even though you feel that you need a break, you need a moment, or you want to just completely stop, basically what you're going to do is you're going to first of all burn yourself out. And I talk about this on my channel a lot. I like to bring in the self-love into acting because it is so important to have self-love as an artist. We are constantly judged on our body, on our looks, on our talent, everything. We are judged completely. The minute you stand in front of that camera, whether it's a self-tape or you're actually booked the job and you're on camera, you are judged, done. It does not stop. And it's very difficult to live in that mindset all the time. That takes a lot out of the person, takes a lot of energy out of me. If you continue going down this route that you're like, I feel like I don't want this or I need a moment, you're gonna burn yourself out. And I talk about this on my channel and I bring it in there, and it's true. It's not gonna help you. In fact, you're gonna start hating it even more. You're gonna start hating yourself, and it's just, you're gonna go down this route that doesn't make any sense, and it's not gonna be healthy for you whatsoever. You're forcing yourself to do something because what? You have past theater school teachers told you that you should? You have to remember that when you leave and you come back, it's almost like you went through therapy. It's like you have gone through sort of a transformative period, which is amazing because it allows you to understand that you have come back stronger. You have come back not burnt out. You have come back almost like grown, you've evolved, and you have matured in a way of whatever you were doing else. And now you're gonna have a different side view, a different world view on the industry coming back into it when you took a break. When I decided I wanted to do, I was like, okay, I wanna stop serving. I hate it, I don't like it, I'm not inspired. I don't really wanna do it. I'm not in love with it. And so that's when I thought, okay, well, what else can I do on the side that will bring me that love of making something, like what is my something else? Like I do acting and something else. And then that's when I'm like, production, let's try it. I have no idea what I wanna do in production and what I'm interested, but I'm curious. And now that I've been working at my production company officially 3 months, I never realized how much I actually love production and how much I really enjoy it, and how I'm like, could I have a career in production? Like I started to think about this, and oh my God, the tears are coming. We're not doing this. This is where I started to think like, yeah, but what about acting? Like I can't leave acting. I can't do that. And that's where I started to get really scared. And I'm like, no, tell yourself you don't love production. And then this is where I was like, no, I have to do a video like this because I found love for something that I didn't expect to find love for. I can see myself going quite far in production. I can see myself going quite far in acting as well, but acting is really hard. I haven't booked anything in a year and a half, and this is where my inspiration has kind of fallen for acting, because I haven't booked anything in a year and a half. And it is tough. And it is tough to be doing self-tape auditions constantly for a year and a half. It really like drains you knowing that you haven't booked anything. And I'm not looking to stop, and I'm not looking to take a break, but I think I'm definitely looking to kind of turn my eye away from acting and not making it my main focus, and kind of focusing on the aspect of production and really making also my YouTube a main focus. I want to really kind of do a YouTube course. I've been thinking about it for a while. I want to really amp the YouTube. I want to work with brands. I want to work with an acting class here in Toronto where I do some sort of deal with them where you can sign up and then you can get 10% off because you watch my video or whatever, like partnerships, brands, that kind of stuff. I want to start getting into that. And I keep getting scared to do it because I keep putting the acting first. And I think it's time for me to realize that I've lost a little bit of the inspiration in the acting, and that is okay. And I think my inspiration will come back, but I just think I need to walk away. I need to look at the other way. And while that's happening, I need to look the other direction, which is the production and then the YouTube. I think the other thing is for me is that I want to be an artist so badly, and I want to be an actor so badly. And I want to book something so badly. And it is tough in this industry. Sometimes you can book all the time, and then there's times where you don't book anything at all. And I'm at that dry spell right now where I'm not booking. And a part of me feels almost like, how can I have a YouTube channel and talk about all these things when I haven't booked? But I have to remember that the reason why I started this channel is because I want to show the real life of what goes on and what it feels like. I want to make a community where you don't feel alone, that if you haven't booked in a year and a half or 2 years, that it's normal. I want to share a couple of things that I think can help you honeys when you have lost your inspiration and how to get it back. And I think these things help me, and I think that these are an important little tips and stuff just to kind of get you figured out of like, what got me in this? Like, what made me want to be a director? What made me want to be an editor? What made me want to be an actor? Like, whatever the part of the industry that you're in, like, and you've lost your inspiration, and you're like, well, how the hell do I get it back? So the first thing you want to do is ask yourself, what made you fall in love with this in the first place? And be honest with yourself. Like, is it a show that you watched that you were like, oh, I love the cinematography? Is it like a type of movie? Is it your parents? Is it, I don't know, you saw a high school show? Like, what is it that gave you that like OMG moment that you're like, that's what I love. That is what I want. That is what I strive for. That's what I'm looking for. Because that's going to help you get back to the inspiration that started inside your heart. That is the seed that you planted, and you want to connect back to that seed. Be honest with yourself, honey. Truly, like what is making you feel uninspired? And talk about it. Like, what is it that you hate that is making you uninspired? Right now, for me, that is making me uninspired is the fact that I haven't booked anything for a year and a half. I think it's bullshit that I'm doing all these great auditions and I don't know what I'm doing so wrong, whatever it is. Maybe I'm not even doing wrong. Maybe it's my look, but that's what I hate about it. That's what pisses me off, is that I'll never know why I didn't book any of those auditions for a year and a half. I had to be honest pre-COVID that the class that I was taking was making me uninspired. That is what was taking the inspiration out of me. And me leaving that class, I was able to get back into thinking, okay, what made me fall in love with acting again? Stop doing those things that make you feel uninspired. Really, truly. Like, once you've identified them, now say, I'm not gonna do it. If it was that class, finish that session and be like, I'm out, I'm done, and I'm not doing this. You don't make me feel good, and I'm not gonna do it. If it's your agent that's making you feel inspired, seriously, having a legit conversation with your agent. It takes some balls to have a conversation with your agent. Believe me, I've been there. It's not an easy conversation, but you will feel proud of yourself that you actually did and you had that conversation. So stop doing those things that really take the inspiration out of you. I've already mentioned this in the beginning of the video, but walk away. Walk away from it. Take a break, take a month, take 5 years, walk away. Completely leave if you have to. Nothing will happen. The world will not stop. The industry will not shut down if you walk away. There will be opportunities for you when you come back. There always, always, always will be opportunities for you when you come back. So walk away if you truly feel like this is what you need. This is an important one, but you want to truly disconnect from social media and from technology. For me, when I see other colleagues and other like students and other friends of mine book things constantly, and I see it on their social media, that really kills me. That really like puts that jealousy inside of me. That really like irks me. And so I need to disengage from the social media when I'm feeling in my uninspired state. And that is important for you to do as well. If there's something on social media and technology that you're reading, that you're seeing, that is making you feel more uninspired, please put your phone down. It's not helping you, and it won't help you, and you're not going to find inspiration in your phone at all whatsoever. Honeys, this industry, you want to remember that you want to go with the flow. This industry, like I said, is not a 9 to 5. It is so up and down. It is so all over the place. Like, it is like, you kind of are like, what is going on? Like, what is happening? What is this? What is that? And you want to not have the resistance, and don't say no to the opportunities that come for you. When I was landed this production gig, there was a part of me that goes, but how am I supposed to do my acting in all my auditions? And I was like, had a moment of like, should I say no? I'm like, why would I say that? Why would I say no for something that I've been asking the universe for? Why? Because I could maybe book something. Well, if I do, then I'll deal with it. You don't want to have the resistance to these things, and you don't want to miss opportunities, because you're going to regret it. And when you miss the opportunities, you're going to sit there and be like, well, now I can't go back because the opportunity isn't available anymore. Now I don't know what to do. The last thing is, honeys, you want to come to terms that this is how the industry is. And I hate saying that because it is annoying, and I hated when people would tell me that all the time, but it is the reality. You want to come to terms of what it really is, and this is just how it works. This is how it flows. People have a hard time with it, and I have a hard time with it. You have a hard time with it, and there will be great moments in this industry, but there will also be very difficult moments in this industry, and you just have to be okay with that. Honeys, we're coming to the end of the video. Thanks for letting me do a little cry. I didn't want to cry a lot because I'm like, my makeup is so nice. I purposely did really nice makeup so I wouldn't like bawl my eyes out. But you're not alone in the not feeling inspired part. A lot of people feel it, and I can bet you a lot of probably subscribers feel this, and I feel it all the time, and I'm in and out of it. Sometimes I'm so inspired that I feel like I'm flying on clouds, and then there's sometimes where I'm like, oh my God, I'm ready to shut down my casting work, but call my agent, quit, and literally never tell anyone that I went to theater school. Like, it sounds so dramatic, but sometimes you just feel like you want to do that, and that's okay, and that's all right. Like, don't deny it if that's what you want to do. You're gonna have a lot of people that support you. I will support the decision that you make, and I'm proud of the decision that you end up making. So, love you, honeys. Have a wonderful Friday, and I'm gonna see you all next week. Mwah! Bye, honeys.